Hi everyone! I'm happy you're here today because we are doing a fun craft. Easy peasy, veggie squeezy on the letter V for vegetables. So get out your templates and all your craft supplies and let's get started together now. All right, I have my letter V template in front of me and I'm simply going to take a color that I would like to use to color it in. So grab your color, whether it's a crayon or a marker, and let's color together. I'm going to trace around the V on the inside. I'm going to take my time, making sure I get all the nooks and crannies. Now remember, if you need more time, you can always pause the video and come back, or just go at your own pace with me together. Looking good. Now that I've traced around the inside, I'm going to go ahead and color this in and then check back with you. You do the same. Now that we've colored in our letter V, let's take our template of the vegetables that we have and take a look. So we've got quite a few vegetables here, and all we're going to be doing is filling them in with the colors that belong to them. So we've got a radish, potato, onion, pumpkin, we've got a rutabaga, leek, broccoli, eggplant, got a fun little artichoke down here, some corn, zucchini, tomato, and mushroom. So I'd like you to pull aside the colors that you're going to use, and let's get started coloring together. I think for the radish, I'm going to use red. So grab yourself a red, and let's get started. I like this marker red. It's very deep, and I'm going to bring this all the way down into the root. Now I'm going to take some green and color the leafy part of the radish. Now remember, we're going to be coloring out these afterwards once we're all done, so be sure to have your scissors nearby. Almost done. How are you doing? Did you decide to use a red or did you use another color? Remember, these are just the colors that the vegetables are, but you can always make them different. Next we have a potato, and I'm going to use a brown, but potatoes come in all shapes and sizes and colors. I love purple potatoes. There we go. Coloring inside. Now remember, if you stay inside the lines, that's great. But if you go outside the lines, there's nothing wrong with that. We can always go back and fix things up once we cut it out. Wonderful. Now that we've done the radish and potato, let's go on and color by ourselves, and then I'll check back with you in just a minute. Great job on the coloring. Now we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut out all of our pieces. So grab your safety scissors And very carefully, let's start. Now you can leave a little bit of room around the sides. And make sure that your fingers are safe away from the blade when you're cutting. Remember, if you need to turn off the video to focus, you can do that too. You should be doing this at your own pace and slow enough so that you're very careful that you don't cut yourself. Great job. So let's go on and continue to cut out all of the pieces, and then we'll check back before we do the V together. Wonderful job on the scissor work. Now we're going to take our V and we're going to cut it out together. So grab your scissors again and let's just cut out our letter V. I'm leaving a little bit of room on each side. It helps me work on my straight lines, and then I can always come back in later and fix it up closer to the line if I feel like it. But I actually like leaving a little bit of room around the side. Last little bit here. If you need to, you can pause the video, take your time. Safe scissor hands. I'm gonna move this out of the way. And there you have it. We have our V and our vegetables. Now, let's take our glue and let's start gluing on everything to our page. I have a red piece of paper here that I'm going to be using as my background. You might have another color. It doesn't really matter what color, just as long as you have a piece. And I've turned over my V, and I'm just going to start gluing on the wrong side of the V, the side that I don't want to show anyone. And then I'm going to turn it over to my lovely side. I'm going to put it down and gently press down, so that it's nice and secure. You can always go back and put more glue if you need to. It looks good to me. Next, we're just going to pick our vegetables. It doesn't really matter which ones we pick. You can put them on top of the V, beside the V. Let's just start. I'm going to start with my corn. And since it's yellow too, I'm going to put it right down there. Maybe I'll take my potato. That looks good. My purple one can go right here. And they can go on top of each other too. My radish. I really like the way the purple on the eggplant turned out. And the radish is looking very sharp. Let's take our leek. And you can play with this before you glue them on as well, if you prefer to see where you want to place them before putting on your glue. That's also a good idea. But I'm going to be spontaneous, and I'm just going to do it. Little mushroom. Now remember, if you're using white glue, you don't want to use too much glue. That one's red, so I'm going to stick it right there on the red paper. Maybe I'll do that over here too, because it matches nicely. Tomatoes. I love yummy tomatoes. And pumpkin in October. Let's take our broccoli, and I think I'll put my broccoli right here. And then my last one is my artichoke, and I'll just put a little bit of glue right there and slip it on under. looks really great. So it's not silly enough for me yet though. I was thinking we'd add some googly eyes. So I'm just gonna add some to Mr. Potato. Now he's a Mr. Potato Head. Maybe I'll add some to Mr. Tomato. Oh my goodness. That really does silly things up. Let's add a couple more over here. You could add, oh my goodness, you could add so many silly things. You could also add stickers. You could add wool to make hair on them. You can do whatever you want. Make it as silly as you like. Add sparkles or other pictures. Whatever you think you need. That looks really, really silly and fun. There you have it. My silly V for vegetable with all of my vegetables. I can't wait to see yours. Send me photos. I hope you had a lot of fun today. See you next time.